Nothing in this lifetime is fixed, not our health and not even our genes. I know this can be a really, really difficult concept to wrap your head around because growing up, most of us would have been taught that we, which means our mind and our body together, are the result of the genetic makeup we inherit from our parents at the point of our conception, as they will have done so from theirs too. That might mean our eye colour, our height, certain personality traits, even predisposition to some diseases. And actually, none of this is untrue because our genes do start us off in life. And I would be a little bit concerned if I'd spent a quarter of a century being raised by two people with whom I shared absolutely no similarities whatsoever. The problem with genetics lies in a misbelief, so something we've chosen to assume without actually being prompted to question it. If I am the genetically fused biological result of two organisms, does that mean that every moment of my life henceforth will be determined by those very genes? Now, for some years, this seems to have been the adopted stance. Each separate component of our existence can be linked back to our DNA. And once our genes have spoken, there's nothing we can really do about it. But is that actually the case? Is there something we could do about it? In a relatively short space of time, the evidence around genetics is changing hugely. So new research now shows that we are not actually the victim of our genes. What does this mean? We actually have a greater capacity than we ever believed to influence the passing of information happening on the most microcosmic of levels within our very cells to then create the macrocosm that is our health and our life. In other words, it's not really our genes telling us what to do, but often the other way around. For me and my health, this was the biggest boom moment because diagnosed with a hereditary genetic disorder, and so believing that my life and my health had been mapped out in front of me, to learn that I might have at least some input in the way that my disorder expressed itself was so empowering. And I'm certain that I would not be here speaking to you right now if I hadn't for a moment stopped to entertain the idea that I could possibly change my genes. If some of this has started to stoke your curiosity and you want to know a little bit more, check out the linked video that's going to appear here, where I go into a little bit more detail on the science and the biology behind what I've explained here. And if that's not enough, check out the link below in the About box, where I explain 3 steps that will help you change the prognosis that you've been given, one that maybe you thought that your genes had made into your destiny.